Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forged Alliance Forever. We're covering the second part of this quarterfinal match in the Fall Invitational. We have Fremi Speed Draw, that is Petric, and over here we have Turin Bar, and he is in the yellow with UEF, and Petric is the blue Cybran. So, the map is ZD Rasty Light. And, just plumbing the depths of my mind and thinking that maybe Super made this the original ZD Rasty. The infamous Super. Am I right? Am I wrong? Or did he make Rasty Light? I get the feeling that Mozart made Rasty Light. The light version specifically. Which has, as the name would imply, less mass extractors. It's been so long since I've seen the normal one that I can't remember exactly all the differences, but definitely Rasty Light has less resources in general. Maybe somebody knows if indeed Super made this the original version. Probably a lot of the people watching will have no idea who Super is either. Let's see, we got 2 labs, one from each player already. Also a difference in initial build orders. Petric walking to the hydrocarbon, Turin not walking to the hydrocarbon. And yes, taking reclaim. This lab is heading down to this corner. Generally, I feel the way people play it now is that this lab is not going to be too effective because people don't rush to that side of the map anymore. The hunter looks so weird when he runs. Like the mech marine looks better. I prefer his gait. The hunter though, it's very stiff. Very stiff. But yeah, generally people don't rush an engineer here. People used to make engineers and send them this way, but it doesn't happen anymore. Instead, they just use the engineer to reclaim all of this mass over here generally. And much more difficult to get raided by a lamp here. It's really difficult to defend the engineer that goes to this side. So these mechs generally come later. So we have one scout kill from this lab. And now he should be killed by the Mantis. The Mantis, you can see the turn rate of the turret does not match the how fast the Mantis itself can turn, which means that if you're turning with a Mantis, the turret can't actually continue to target what it wants to target. So that's why the Mantis stopped shooting for so long. That can be relevant in some battles. There's a famous clip of I think Lucian running around a Percival with a loyalist, and the Percival can never actually turn around and shoot the loyalist. The loyalist just keeps running around, and the turret keeps turning as it tries to shoot it. I think that was Lucian. It might have been Zoc otherwise in a Lucian cast. But yeah, it's a cool clip. Maybe I'll find it. This game is moving very quickly. We're talking about things that aren't going on. We got 4 land factories, an air factory. Same story here. Yeah, this lab looking for a engineer that's not arriving. Yeah, you can see Torn doing pretty much what I expected. There's a lot of reclaim on this map that must be taken. So you can see there's an engineer here, engineer in this patch, engineer in this patch, and as much as possible the guys are manually reclaiming, because that's gonna obviously work a lot faster. Actually, Petric using factory attack moves, which have this absurd range, which is it's the guard radius of the engineer, which is a value I guess you can't see in the game, but yes, that is how large the attack move from the factory is. This could be a nice raid here. Low HP tank survives. He's gonna get an engineer and a mech kill. Quite a few tanks here on this side, heading down into this direction. Very normal stuff so far. You walk to the side with your ACU because we have this river blocking us from reinforcing the expansion with land units, so we have to send the ACU over there. Basically, it's the standard play anyway. And then we get a factory and the mechs and stuff. Get an engineer out to get the hydrocarbon. That's going to be very important as well for that efficient source of power. Pretty nice raid up here. Although the beefy UEF mechs are holding on. Kind of feel like, well, let's not talk about balance. 6 land factories. 7.5 maybe for 8.5 for Turin. Okay, look at this actually. This is big now. It says 10 here. 10 factories. Maybe there's one under construction somewhere. Yeah, this one here. So he's got 9.5 factories. Now he is mass stalling. Ooh. And you can see a lot from Turin's POV. You cannot see much from what Petric has. He's not looking like he's in a good position at all. He's got 3,300 reclaim. He's got 16 tanks only. 30 tanks. 4,500. Okay, there we go. Now we see the difficulty. It's over 1,000 mass in the difference of reclaim. One of the reasons I'm not a huge fan of this map. But I think we see the patches where, yeah, see this patch not reclaimed at all. Meanwhile, there's a lot of it taken by Turin. It seems like it's Turin getting ahead in the reclaim count. Map control is similar, perhaps even, well, actually slightly better for Petric. He's dropped the top this plateau here, or these 2 plateaus. More quickly than Turin. Turin only getting it now. Also, these 2 mechs is slower for Turin, as Petric is finishing a PD in this position. He's also finishing a PD here. Maybe these PDs will, well, it looks like it'll turn out to be a bad investment. Oh, maybe not. If the air just sits there. Oh, now the artillery moves away as well. Okay, it's microed again, and I like the positioning of Turin's commander right now. Walking forward. Whoa, he's trying to make T2. He walks to the front line and then begins his T2 upgrade. What's interesting is that you could sit some artillery behind this hill here. Go after the commander, but there's... Okay. Does Petric know that there's an upgrade? I'm not sure that he does. Also, another thing to say, there's a lot of reclaim in the middle. You can see tons of reclaim here that hasn't been taken by Petric. And now Petric, without really enough factories to spend all of his mass. So he's certainly low on units. Certainly doing pretty fine on map control. But yeah, only 40 tanks. I'm sure Turin has more than that. Yeah, heading towards 60 with a lot of mass in the bank. We should be seeing some T2 land somewhere. And also he should probably turn back his air on. Turn back his air on? Oh boy, English. Who invented that language? Turn his air back on. C2 land is up for Fremi. I don't see support factories. I do see T2PD. Oh, whoa, whoa. Camera work is very shoddy here. I think you can see the actually upgrading animation over there. I mean, Petric can't, but we can. He's finished T2, and now he's got T2, and he's even adding even a lot more assistance. So this is going to be an extremely fast gun. He is going to waste many resources doing it, but looks like both players got raided on the extremities here. Whoa. Petric looking defensive, very defensive. He has 2 T2 maxes. Taking damage here even, so that's not a good sign. Dropping some units in. Dropping actually a Rhino in. Has the support factory on the left side as well, which is nice. Still tons of reclaim. Look at all this reclaim here. You can see this is clean. Almost totally clean. Turin now takes the middle, begins spamming factories closer to Petric's base, as I mean he just had multiple thousand mass in the bank, so you can see this area is clean as well of reclaim, so he can just pile on the pressure. That's his aim now. Put on as much pressure as possible, and behind that he will make his base very safe, and he can take all of the reclaim across the map by forcing a lot of pressure against Petric's base. He can just take the initiative everywhere else on the map as well. And he's walking in. There's only 2 PDs. First one is under attack. Petric is going to try and walk in front of this, I think. He has the gun and stealth. He loses the PD. But he will be able to take some damage from this commander. Does Turin have overcharge? He does. He's not using it right now. He could probably do with another. He just overcharged a mole, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, TML. Where's the TMD? I do not see a TMD here. And his TML is heading straight for the factory. Am I blind? Did I miss? There goes the TMD. It's too late though. Oh my god. So that is brutal. T2 land is gone for Petric, and he could not afford to lose that. Actually, wow, look at that. Turin tries to drop to make a PD on this plateau here. That's a pretty slick move, but look at the fast reaction from Petric. Gets a PD up. Well, actually, he was already building that PD, but he dropped 2 Mantis up there to defend. The left side is going to get completely crushed. There's nothing to stop this. The T2 land production is stopped because obviously there is no T2 factory. I think he's accidentally made a support factory. Or no, this was... he may have accidentally made a support factory here just before his HQ died. I think he may have made that by mistake. And yeah, this does not look good. He's lost a lot of HP on his commander. He's lost a lot of it to this T2 PD. Turin's comm is building a shield for no reason. That seems silly. But it doesn't look like he can die here, honestly. It looks very secure. T2PD is now shooting the ground because he built the shield gen. He just terraformed the ground into blocking his PD completely. So that shield was a bad idea. Even without that. And the left side, yeah, completely dead. Engineers heading in there to claim it for Turin. Petric is likely to die. I mean, all Turin has to do is stay in range of the commander here, and he will take him out, but he retreats. It's going to allow his PD to die, which is probably for the best. The TML is still up, and at least the T2 Maxes are safe from the TMD, from the TML with this TMD here, but there's no TMD now on this side, so the HQ could get killed again by this TML, which has 4 missiles loaded. So Turin did a smart thing by just placing the TML with his commander, beginning the construction and then just leaving. Wow, he actually overcharged those mantis up here on the cliff. That's kind of funny. Not bad. A lot of tanks back here. It's a classic Turin unit clump there. Just a lot of units in the base. Here comes the beetles. Come the beetles and the jesters. He's going for the snipe. One beetle comes in and will detonate at any moment now. 2 beetles in there actually. A third one. The third beetle. There it goes. And the commander walks in. The jesters are dying, and Turin with his beast of an ACU is only dropped to 7,000. Another jester comes in and even gets a vet as Petric dies. Tell you, it's not easy. This snipe a commander that with those upgrades, that is a UEF calm. So 2-1 to Petric now as Turin takes the game back. He had to win that to stay in the series. Petric still needing 1 map to go through to the semis. So let's move on over to map number 4. Alright, welcome to map number 4. We're at 2-1 is that's the score. Turin here with 1. This is Turin, Sonozaki Mion. I'm only going to call him Turin though. And he's got Seraphim, and we got more Seraphim. Framey speed draw, that's Petric. 2 maps for him already in the best of 5. So 1 map needed to win the series and go through to the semis of the Fall Invitational. The map is the Bermuda Locket 20 by 20 map with a lot of dead space around the sides. So plenty of room to put your drops. Difficult to stop them. And I think we will be seeing drops on this map because we got the faction that has the most powerful drops. Well, at least the most powerful artillery drops. Seraphim transports hold the most, and they have the most powerful artillery to put on board. So I'm sure we're going to see many of them in this game. I'd be really surprised if we don't. So let's see. Turin with a nice setup here. Turin has made some very nice builds in the past. Let's see if he has one right now. Oh, he's missing the 150. That's kind of annoying, actually. I think there's something underneath. Maybe one of these things. It's underneath the rock, so he had to try a couple times. If he doesn't do this properly, he will mass stall. So it's really risky to be reclaiming with a single engineer on Bermuda because there is walk time between the reclaim you need. With 2 engineers, it's comfortable. This is a bit risky. He is using a 2nd engineer here now though, and he's rushing inties. Wants to catch the transport. Will he succeed? Seraphim transports load very poorly for some reason. keep them away from especially power generators, but also commanders. If you want to avoid bumping. Okay. Looks like the Inti drop or the Inti rush will not deny the transport completely, but it will stop it from dropping in all the places he would like to. Oh, will he actually kill it? Oh, Petric. He actually does kill it. Okay, that's big then. 4 units go down. One of them a tank, 2 of them, or 3 of them engineers. So that is a big kill. But on the flip side, Turin's transport is later. Here comes a bomber. Factory is going to finish, which is huge. Oh, is it? Oh, it is going to finish. Okay. He can only kill 1. Petric splits them. He spotted the bomber coming. Loses 1 engineer. Second engineer is dead. That's not a dodge at all. That's not even close to a dodge. So 1 factory completes, and that's all. Turin lacking a little bit. You can see he was focused so much on this position. Maybe he slowed down a little bit here, but is now caught up. Drops 3 engineers. They have no orders yet, but look at this. He only finished his mexes, his core mexes right there. You can see how much he's living on reclaim. So it's a very risky approach to do that. Because the longer you delay those core mexes and the mexes in your base, the well, it's just less total mass. Because the the reclaim will still be there after. So it's a risky approach, but this seems like a pretty good start for Turin. At least it's close to, you know, best case scenario would be he shoots down the transport without it dropping anything. You can't really expect that to happen, so I think what he got was close to what he needs here to have a good game. It's close to best case scenario. Naval production is about to begin. It's already begun for Petric. Sent 1 engineer quite a bit earlier, and we'll have a factory finished in a few seconds. Petric drops to his front position here. I see a bomber. How many kills did he get there? Well, there were definitely some kills by that bomber. I think I spotted a few kills on him, so nice damage there. Petric drops to this position, immediately throws up factory in a PD, which is really important. Stops the initial aggression from this forward base from Turin. So you can see here the initial tank. Well, it looks like he killed an engineer, but this position is now pretty well defended. More factories will go up, and the ACU will also arrive, and it should be easily holdable. Turin has not done that on this side. Also, Petric still quite slow to this bottom left corner. Again, thanks to the initial transport killing. Petric dropping forward. So if Turin doesn't drop here because he's completely idle with his transport, which is a very bad move, then Petric will take advantage. Drop forward. He picked up an anti-air for some reason, and I guess why not. And drops 3 engineers. Probably throw up. Okay, he's going straight for factory. He's not making PD here. And that's quite big. Turin should not have allowed this. It's very defensive here to make a PD when he's denied When he's done so much damage to the left side, he should know that there's not going to be the same pressure here as he is trying to put on Petric's side. So this, I think this is a really bad move, this PD, and especially just slowed him down. He could have walked to here. He'd have immediate knowledge of what's happening, or he should have dropped here. T2 air is up, T2 P-gens are started. I don't know what. Okay, that's a shield. That's another P-gen. He really wants that shield fast. Seraphim shield is an expensive building. You want to be careful how you use them. Making a Seraphim shield after one power generator is not really worth it. You can see here 700 mass, so that's well over. It's over half a T2 P-gen. So definitely, it's basically not worth it to make a shield generator to defend just one P-gen. Unlike, say, if you're Cybern and you have the cheap shield, it's pretty much worth to just instantly make it. If you fear some kind of power snipe, maybe on the cards. For example, you're against another Cybern with their Corsairs. So I really feel like Turin had a great start, but this should not have happened. Also, the commander has not walked at all. You can see Petric he doesn't want to push forward here. He doesn't want to expose himself too much. He's content that basically his units can deal with this, but he's kind of close by, and he's just reclaiming and stuff instead. But he doesn't want to come all the way up here, because then if there is a sudden large amount of pressure, he has to run, and then a snipe may become, well, a very real threat. We have a T2 transport here, picking up some artillery. Not many artillery though, it's only about half full, or exactly half full actually. Interesting that there's very little mass extractor upgrades happening. We got two T2 air on the way. T2 land has been done for a long time for Petric, and he's making Yenzines. I do like to make Yenzines on this map as Seraphim, because well, for one reason, they are quite a good unit. They've got some buffs in the past year or two, but also gives you access to flak from from those support factories and the HQ hover flak, and also you can supplement your navy. So it may look like you have, you know, oh, he has 5 T1 factories, I have 5 T1 factories. But then you add in, you know, 10 Yenzines, and suddenly the naval force looks a lot scarier. Or even 15 or 20, you can afford a lot of Yenzines with all this reclaim. And let's see, that's a lot. Okay, we did, it looks like we just got a lot of those mechs upgrades in. 10 T2 mexes for your boy Sonozaki. He has a lot of mass extractors upgrading. Oh my god, he has so many upgrading, and this is at minus 100 mass. He also just lost a T2 transport here for free. That's a brutal drop, and it's only T1 as well. Goodbye mass extractors. Goodbye T1 Pigeons. That's not so relevant, but he needs to focus on the mexes now. Okay, returning fire here. Is this? No, he's not. He's running away. The front position is going down. Turin is way out of position with his navy. He's going to get pinched here. Front position on this side as well, looking good for Petric. And oh, that's a drop. But we have T1 bombers at the ready. T1 bombers may be doing some friendly fire, perhaps, but in general we lost 1 mechs here for Petric. Maybe it was upgrading. I mean, it's not unlikely it was upgrading, honestly, but we don't know. We don't know how far it was. Finally, the ACU is enlisted in the defense. Only after 4 factories have gone down and the forward position is completely crushed. This factory is going to T2 Navy with no assistance. Turin's Navy completely out of position, and this factory may, I mean, it may be out of range for artillery, T1 artillery, but it's certainly very vulnerable being at the front of all the factories, and a TML over on this side could definitely do a lot of damage. The gunships are being wasted against anti-air. You can see the hover flak coming in very handy. Multiple anti-airs here. Only managed to kill 1 gunship, just showing the strength of the I forgot what I was even saying, because there's a ton of Zuis from Petric and he's not even attacking the power. Okay, now he is. There goes 1 PGen. There's so much power here. 2 PGens, and that's PGen number 3 and 4. And that has to be game. That's so much damage, and now the T2 HQ is... no way. Does he really lose the T2 HQ like this? Actually, Petric already with a destroyer at the front. The beauty of, you know, assisting your factory. He okay, never mind. He's actually idle with his naval factory as well. Doesn't do much good to assist an idle factory, but oh, Turin. Not his finest hour here. You can see Petric knows that obviously drops are going to be a big factor in this game, because it's because of the map, because of the factions. And so he has some T1 bombers ready to defend him. Yeah, look, you see all these T1 bombers here patrolling the base? Those are to defend against Zui drops. And Turin does not have those. And I'm not really sure what Turin can do now. I'm not really sure. Petric's in the water. Might be a time to get T2 upgrade. Perhaps. What is Turin's plan here? He's replaced his PGens. He still has basically all of his T2 mass extractors. So that's certainly something. He's pushing back on the front side. All those bombers are sent in to kill, I don't know, Zuis? Zui wars going on here. Want a mess. Commander push back T2BDs on the front line. He did kill the T2 engineer here, which is big. There won't be more T2BDs for the moment, and maybe ever. I don't see any other T2 engineers moving forward. No TMD here, and no TML, so this is really risky. TMD could do damage either way here. You can reach the fire side from there. Top side, actually Turin doing well for himself here, pushing back totally, killing a lot of factories, getting nice kills now on these Ilshis which are out of position. I think Petric thought he was in a stronger position with these Ilshis, but he is not, and he's getting run over. losing them, taking some with them, but in general, that's a bad fight. Now, back here we do have 4 more Ilshis. We have a PD, multiple PDs. Unfortunately, there is that really obnoxiously placed rock. Perfect. Absolutely perfectly placed. Oh, Zooey drop. But it's targeting engineers. You gotta... No. Yeah, okay, that's not doing anything. The bombers come in. And... take out the threat. Oh, mass donation. Beautiful. 2 Ilshis. And a 600 mass, or even a little bit more, donated to Turin. Although he was a bit fortunate to get the donation. Honestly. Tries to... looks like he's trying to... yeah, he's trying to get a torpedo launcher up here. So he can increase his production, or get some production on the other side. This is a very important thing to know to do is if you're under pressure here in the Navy, just make more Navy on one of the sides and force them to deny 2 spots, to deny production from 2 positions on the map, because that's a lot more difficult than denying you 1 position. So that's a good move from Turin, but you can see obviously Petric is ready. Also, Turin is making a lot of Ilshis. Maybe if he went for full, you know, hover production, maybe he could make himself enough space to get back in the naval game. The cruisers are doing fantastically, killing a lot of air units, staying alive, protecting each other from torpedo bombers, and also killing mass extractors. All these 6 mexes are most likely dead to the cruisers. Look at all the dead Zooies. It's a Zooey graveyard. There's some dead T2 units. There goes one sinking down to the bottom over there. Is that it? Yeah, there it is. Destroyer. Looks like Turin really just wants to push here. But this doesn't seem like... well, I'm not sure. He needs more Zooies, basically. I don't see enough Zooies. With Zooies, you can do anything. Oh, if you don't move, though, you're gonna die. You're gonna lose your whole army to cruisers. Oh, you don't stand still against cruisers. We actually have 2 more cruisers now, and they're the ones killing the army. Oh, he needed every single unit there, and he's now lost them. Now we have a big T2 land spam coming from this area. A lot of Yenzines were building up there. Now they've been sent out. I think we should see T3 tech soon from Petric, because he is leaping ahead a little bit in economy. I see a lot of storages for him. Here come the torpedo bombers to finally kill 2 cruisers, and guess what? 3 more are here now because he waited so long to actually snipe those. And this Zooey production here has really not achieved very much. It's been very expensive. Spamming Zooies into destroyers and Yenzines, not exactly efficient, let's say that. Look at this, 4,400 mass killed. There goes another cruiser, but guess what? There's still 2 more. That's okay. The T2 land is arriving from the top side now. Oh, TMLs. Look at that. There goes the T2 HQ in the Navy. Anything else going down? Well, this position is defended adequately. Damn, the commander walks away and suddenly there's an invasion in his expansion. And he's overcharging those Ilshis. Yenzine's getting on top of the destroyers, and the destroyers also struggling a little bit to hit the hover flak. Ooh, run away, sir. But yeah, here come back the forward units. The Yenzines push into the land. Cruiser gets targeted, but look at all the inties coming after the torpedo bombers. Both cruisers will die. Turin getting in behind the inties. The Yenzine's going to do good damage. Oh, and the reclaim getting killed by the last missiles of those cruisers as well. Look at that flak. That's an annoying flak. Turin wins air control, but is losing a lot of other things. I wonder, is there a T3 Max? Oh, there is. Of course there is. When I said T3 tech, yeah, I did half expect a T3 Max, honestly. Maybe now that he has that, he'll make some T3 air. Yeah, look at that. God, it's almost like I've watched and played thousands of games. So, yeah, it does not look good for Turin. And this expansion now coming under threat by some gunships. There are anti-airs here to defend. Land units are defended against. Petric has replaced his T2 Naval HQ. Doesn't seem to be building anything. Does he have... I mean, he doesn't have a unit cap, right? Actually, I can't see how many units he has. That's not good. Have to report that one. Oh, bit of a raid, double raid here. Transport flies in. Gunships are... Damn, they failed to take out the T2 Max. Petric struggling on power now as he tries to make T3 air. Cancels a lot of the assistance here. Or maybe all of it. And defends his naval production. He is making navy again. Why can't I see how many units there are? Gunships from Turin. I think he has another T3 Max planned. Look at the mass. 9k now. And only one T3 Max. Anything from Turin? He is making a T3 Max as well. Look at that. 60%. But still seems, you know, utterly lost. Gunships arrive. Begin taking out engineers. The engineers are going to be able to make multiple anti-air before they die. T2 Max is targeted and the gunships run away, but they will die to inties as they fly towards the main base, that's for sure. It's not getting past this. Even a gunship coming in to fight them. What a brave soul. 5 versus 1. Yeah, gunships can shoot at each other. Pro tip. Some random T2 land, kind of getting suicided, but I don't think Petric is really scared of losing here. We would need some kind of snipe. Turin is making an upgrade. That looks like a backup grid. I'm not sure what he's making though. -9, -337. Can't overcharge right now, which is a problem because there's, well, a lot of Ilshis in his range. But he does not want to cancel this upgrade, clearly. Turin continues trying to get back in the navy. Looks like he will lose all his naval production again. I am confused. What is this? He's making TML. He is making TAC pack, as it is called. Okay. Why TAC pack? It seems like a strange move. He doesn't have T2, which is what you really need T2 on the commander to build the missiles quickly. So why is he making TAC pack without T2? Why is he making it at this stage of the game when the enemy has 2.5 T3 mexes? The game is basically won. Is it possible to win off the back of a TAC pack? I heavily doubt it. And also, there's a strat. Now I've lost where it went. Here it is. Petric making an upgrade. I would guess he's making Nano? No. Oh, he's making T3. Never mind. I was like, that's a very small drain when he has the T2 commander, which makes it obvious that it is T3 commander. That's a nice drop. Killing multiple T2 mexes. 2, perhaps 3. He may get the 3rd here, actually. Yeah, will he? Let's see. Not quite. He actually starts attacking the PD there. Unfortunately, that's a lot of units coming into the base. Oh, watch out for this energy storage going down. TML is finished. I don't know if he's even going to get to fire a single one. The flaks are defending against the gunships quite well. Actually, I wonder, did the flaks hit the... The flaks must hit the shield when they go under the shield, right? That's kind of funny. And, yeah, this energy storage survived. A lot of engineers are dead. T3 Mex is alive. T2 P-Gens going down. Taking some units with them. The gunships are running away for some reason. And here's a strap bomber, and I think Turin should definitely be calling it right now. Oh, the strap bomber actually dodged a lot of those shots from the inties. Strap bomber, is he going to suicide? Yeah, sadly. Not microed. And goes down. I think we're going to see fresh strap bombers very soon, though. And yeah, Petric just scaling up like a madman. More mexes. And I think he can kill everything with T3R. I mean, he could even go for an ass washer at this point. There's nothing that Turin can actually do. He has the TAC pack. I think he's going to sit here and die. He's making an upgrade. Regen, perhaps? Either way, he's out of this game and he's out of the tournament, losing 3-1 to probably the pre-tournament favorite, at least. Well, many people's pre-tournament favorite, maybe a top, sorry for that sound, you know, top, definitely at the least top 3 favorite to win the tournament. So well played to Petric. He goes through to the semi-finals, and Turin's out. Turin took only 1 map. Petric took 3, and that's it. Thanks for watching. I will cover the other quarterfinals, semi-finals, and the final in the not too distant future. So stay tuned. Check out the links at the end of the video, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.